Good evening, afternoon, morning, freaks and geeks. I said that in the wrong order. I am actually starting to run out of subjects to talk about. I do want to keep this going, however, I also want to try to get my computer up as soon as possible. Now, as you can tell from my backdrop, I am still in a massive amount of problems. Still trying to get the confirmation from my next place if we can move in or not, and that's taking longer than I expected it to. So, I might just give in and try to do some editing on this computer. It's had a long history of restarting since I got it, so that's the main reason why I haven't been using this computer. Why did I give it to my son? So he can have a computer. I do plan on replacing it, but that takes money, and so does a house. So, onward to my new story. This is a story about my kids going to sleep. I know that sounds boring, and a lot of you probably already clicked off of the video, but I promise you they're either cute or funny depending on how you view it. Alright, so I'm going to start with my oldest son, because why not? We were watching a movie. He was sitting on the couch with his mother, like leaning up against her, and I was sitting next to him. And suddenly he goes, "I don't want to go to sleep." So knowing that he said that because he's actually falling asleep, I told him, "That's okay, you don't have to sleep." And he's like, "Good, because I don't want to." 5 seconds later, he's falling asleep on his mother. So we let him lay there for a little bit. The movie ended. So I scooped him up and I took him to his bed and laid him down. 2 hours later, he swings the door open and goes, "I told you, no sleep!" Oh, that's just the best ever. Oh, my second child, he's just a little baby. Like, you hold him on your shoulder and you pat his back and burp him, and he's tired. He is, like, extremely tired. And so my wife is sitting on the armchair holding him, and it's like 30 minutes to an hour. I can't remember the length of time, but he's just sitting there screaming his head off. We fed him, we changed him, he's just fussy because he's tired. You know how you get like that burning feeling in your eyes when you're tired? I bet you that was the case. So, I decide to pick him up and walk him back and forth. But when I pick him up, he stops screaming, and he's actually like, happy and energetic, as if he's like thinking, "Yay, Daddy's got me, he play with me, he's the fun one." He's in there like, and after a while he stops and he's just like, I'm still walking back and forth, and after a while he starts screaming again. Like as if he realized that I'm trying to put him to sleep. It's like, "You traitor! No! You're supposed to be the fun one!" And then later, like a year or so later, he's like a toddler, he's walking around. It's bedtime, so we put him in his crib with a bottle, and he throws the bottle, stands up, grabs on the railing, and starts hopping up and down, crying, "No, no, 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 no!" So I'll put his ball back in the crib and just leave him there so he can like fall asleep. But he's still screaming, "No, no, 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 no!" So after a good few minutes of this, I walk into the room, I open the door, walk into the room, and I look at him and I say, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." He looks at me and he goes, sits down and she's like just pouting up at me. I'm like, go to sleep. Close the door and he fell asleep. Oh, I just realized this is going to be a quick video, probably because I'm talking quickly. I don't know. So, my third child, there is not much with her. Yeah, she didn't really pull much of that. But, however, she shared a room with her brother, not her oldest brother, but her middle brother. And I read some stories to them. They fell asleep. I walked into my bedroom, stayed up for like 2 more hours, and then I went to sleep. Shortly after I fell asleep, I felt a little something crawling into bed. And I dozed off a bit. And then I woke up fully, and she's laying next to me, and I sit up, and she goes, "Daddy, no, I had a bad dream." And I was like, "What do you mean by no?" And she's like, "Don't put me back in my bed. I had a bad dream, and I'm scared." And I was just like, "Aww." She fell asleep, and an hour later I put her back in her bed. But, oh, I don't have any really good stories about my fourth child because she's with her mother in a different state. So, I'm actually going to tell her that I'm doing this and have her put a comment about her cute or funny story about Kana going to sleep. So, I would like you guys to do the same. I would like to know cute stories, funny stories about kids falling asleep. Parenthood is... It is such a beautiful thing. People... it makes me sick when people are like, "Oh, I have a kid to like have them do the chores," or, "Oh, welfare will give me money if I have a child," and it's just that kind of mentality just pisses me off. It bugs the crap out of me. Why did I have children? So I can raise the next generation intelligently. Of course, if I offend you with anything I say, please let me know in the comments. Alright, because I don't mean to offend. So, yeah. I love my children dearly. My son, my oldest son, is turning out to be quite like me if I had this kind of technology and mediums when I was his age. What I mean by that is YouTube and recording video games, because I would totally have done that when I was a teenager. In fact, there's a few cases where I wanted to, but I couldn't find an appropriate recording software at that time because they didn't exist. So, yeah. And just to be fair, my second child is becoming like a builder, and my daughter is becoming a singer/dancer/artist. So, my middle son is just the one that... I'm not exactly a builder. He's the only one that's not following some kind of trade of mine, which is okay. I don't mind. He's more following his uncle's trait, but his uncle grew out of that apparently. So, yeah. Actually, my father too. Anyway, enough filler. I'm sorry. I was just trying to make this video a little bit longer. I don't like doing short videos. So, leave a comment about parenthood if you want. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, and this you have to do, stay white and nerdy.